Let's talk about hot roots again. In my previous video about hot roots, I talked about how virgin hair tends to lift faster and more easily at the scalp because the hair is softer. And at the ends, it's harder. So we really need to compensate with our formulas. But I also find this is not the most common cause of hot roots amongst people who color their hair at home. In a professional salon environment, if we misformulate, then we might end up getting something lighter at the roots than we do at the ends. But what I see most often when people have tried to do their hair at home and ended up getting hot roots is not necessarily because of a misformulation, but a miscalculation. And I want to introduce you to a term that us hairstylists say a lot: color doesn't lift color. Most of the time, if somebody comes into me with a home hair coloring disaster and they've ended up with hot roots, it is because of this. Because they had previously had color on their hair and they decided they wanted to change their formula and get something lighter at the roots. The color did what it was asked to, and it lifted the natural pigment at the roots, but it did not remove the artificial pigment. And that is what color doesn't lift color means, is that artificial color can only lift natural color. Artificial color is not able to remove artificial color. So if you have previous color on your hair and you put something lighter all over, it won't lighten the previous color. It will only lighten the hair that's never had color on it before. So now you have hair that's lighter at the roots, darker at the ends. You have three options. All of them I recommend you go see a professional for. One of them you might get away with not seeing a professional for. Option number one, find the darkest color in your hair and make it all that color. So I know you wanted to go lighter at the roots, but what we need to do is go darker at the roots to match those dark ends. That's option number one, and the easiest one to accomplish on your own. To the salon for a corrective color, which means we take lightener or some other sort of lightening agent, some other sort of color remover like an oxidative color remover, and we remove the pigment from the ends until we can get it light enough that we feel like we can match the color at the roots. This is going to be a time-consuming process and probably fairly costly. But if you go see the right professional, you can achieve your desired result and you don't have to worry about your hot roots anymore. The third option is sort of a compromise between the two. If I have one color here and one color here, and I don't want to bleach all of this, but I don't want to darken this, then sometimes we can get a compromise by taking one color and making sure that it goes all the way through both of those zones. So if we have what we call a line of demarcation, and I can get a lighter color that goes all the way through and crosses that line, then we create an optical illusion that it's all one cohesive color. Once again, that is something you really want to see a professional for, and you can either go with darker lowlights or lighter highlights. This can be a tricky process and not something I recommend trying on your own. So those are your three options if your hot roots are due to having previous color on the ends and virgin color at the base. Take those roots darker again, lighten the ends till you can achieve the same color at the base, at the roots, or pick a lighter or darker color and have that cross the line of demarcation to unify everything. Thanks for coming to my lab again. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please take the time to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Maybe check out some of my other videos. Leave a comment or question below, and I'll see you next time.